Hello, my good friend. I am joined here today by my beautiful girlfriend.
Hello.
I just want to show you the music. I'm probably gonna play. If you listen to the city skylines, did you notice how there's that water?
Mhm.
Probably gonna play water over the remainder of this.
Mhm.
But I thought this really sets the mood of Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Mhm.
an amazing game that was made 2000, I guess,
Oh,
since
really?
it
Oh,
says the
wow.
copyright down at the bottom. Thought it would have been earlier, but 2000's probably right. What's amazing is most of the time when you play these quote-unquote old games,
Mhm.
they don't work that well. This game works on any computer I
Really?
have ever played on.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It really, and that is so cool.
Well, I mean, when you're talking like 18 years, technology
Yeah,
has changed so much, and
I remember playing this on, an old a Windows 98, I thought,
Mhm.
So to play it on this laptop and have it run the exact same,
Hey,
that says something.
I know it's pretty cool.
So, unlike City Skylines, I don't need to convince myself that I love this game. I adore this game.
Really?
It's just so nice. Um,
So basically, you're building an amusement park, right?
that's correct.
Specifically roller coasters or a whole amusement
A
park?
whole amusement park, but
Oh, okay.
think like, just think, like Six Flags ish.
Mhm.
So yeah, the main attraction is gonna be roller coasters, but you've got little ice cream stalls. You've
Uh,
got sometimes I think maybe it's the sequel. You get to have restaurant-ish stuff.
mm.
But
And you
yeah,
get to pick out all the colors and
all the
everything.
colors, all the
Wow.
paths, and it's just so much fun. You can build your own roller coaster too.
Oh,
They
really?
come with pre-made ones, which are the best to
Mm.
use in the beginning because funds are limited and stuff like
Mm.
that. But oh yeah, I charge people for going to the bathroom.
Oh my
It's an
god.
easy way to make a lot of money,
Oh my god. I can't
and they
believe
don't
it.
complain if it's just like 50 cents.
Oh my god, that's so
They
funny.
obviously don't like. Oh, let me just show you how crazy this game is. It tells you the customer's thoughts. You can click on like a ride, and if it's not
Yeah.
doing well, you can click on the guest thoughts, and
Oh
guest
my
thoughts can be
god.
like, "Oh, this ride is too intense for me."
Oh wow.
So then oh, if I make it lamer, more people will go on it.
Right.
Or they'll go, "I want something cooler than Carousel 1."
Hmm.
And then I need some cooler rides. And another thing is, um,
Oh, that's so funny.
I left this game running to get more money in the
Hmm.
middle.
Hmm.
Remember I told you in City Skylines that's a trick I used? Um, even if you're getting a profit of $64 every month, leave the game running and it's going to add up in a while.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I did for this game, but this game is a little bit smarter, and it shows this thumbs up, thumbs down, and over time, guests are going to get bored if you don't change the park at all and you don't play the game.
Hmm.
So that went way down, and apparently one of my roller coasters crashed, and I
Oh,
didn't know about it.
that's
So then,
definitely not good.
when I came, well, and it was one of the pre-built ones. I was like, that's
That
lame.
is, I know.
That shouldn't happen. But basically, like roller coasters wear down after years, so
Mm.
you're supposed to, rebuild or whatever. And I forgot a little trick that you could do if you if and see, I'm just trying to use all the pre-built stuff,
Hmm.
but I build a roller coaster later in this level, and I played this with a relative recently.
Mm.
Well, not recently, but a while ago. And I remember telling her, when I was young, I used to name this like whoever I had a crush on at the time. It would be like their park.
Oh,
So like it was like Katie's, park one time or whatever. And I told my relative, I was like, hey, I won't look at the name, but you can name the park like I used to name the park. So then, of course, it was named, blank blank park, and I
Oh
was
my
like, oh,
God.
cool. And yeah, isn't that cute?
That is
Um,
cute.
you can even turn off the supports. So, like, let's say you don't like looking at the supports, you can
Yeah.
turn that off in the options.
Oh,
And then if you don't like looking at the people, you can turn that off too.
I
Which,
probably want to keep it on.
of course,
Yeah.
but I just think it's cool that, it gives you an older game is so smart. I mean, look at all the customization things that I can do.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that right off the bat. That's pretty cool.
I'm not only do I get to make the roller coaster. Now, here's the trick with making the roller coaster. It's really easy to make it too intense. That's a problem I always used to have as a kid.
Right.
I wanted to make this epic roller coaster, and usually people just one guy would always go on it, and he'd throw up afterwards.
In the game, someone throws up.
Oh, it's adorable though.
It's
They
adorable.
have like little queasy faces, and then they need to sit down, and then it's just like, and then like they turn around and blah, and then if you don't have, you get to hire janitors in this game, and you hire mechanics, and you actually pick their little footpaths. So like if they go up, down, left, right, you get to pick where they're gonna go. And one of the things that always happens is they mow grass for eternity, but there's an option to tell them what to do. So if you want to have one schmuck just be the grass mower for this entire gigantic lawn, that can be his job. He'll never finish. Half the game he'll be down at the bottom right of the map, just mowing a lawn nobody will see. But the game also lets you choose footpaths. I'm telling you, this is almost like Stardew Valley levels of
Right.
amazingness 18 years ago.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, really.
Yeah, and so the sequels have been less heartfelt and more, you can do more, and I'm sure. Yeah, it's hard to say whether or not I'm just nostalgic about this.
Maybe, but I mean, you know good quality, so.
Yeah, but everybody does that from time to time, and I'm not sure if I just think that this is the best game ever, out of all the sequels, or if it truly is. And you've always got to have long queues. That's one thing that I remembered in this game. Um,
What does that mean?
well, just lines, just
Okay.
long lines. So those things to the left I use as lines, and those things to the right are just the regular paths. And I tried to use a color coding system. So red is the intense rides. Green is the easy rides, and
Oh, very good.
yellow or orange or whatever color it is the medium. So anyway, it's so much fun to customize all this stuff and build a theme park.
And what were the little guys up on top that they were just showing? The faces.
So those are tabs.
Yeah.
They're to tell you what kind of ride they are.
Oh, okay.
So one of the funniest ones is the face that just kind of looks bored.
Yeah.
That's the Show Kitty rides. Isn't that funny?
That is cute.
So one of the things that I like to do in these games is
it snowing?
It's raining, actually.
Oh.
One of the things that I like to do in this game is to maximize space. So I thought, and I like to role play a little bit too. But one of the things I like to pretend is that while the big kids are on the roller coasters, the little kids could be in the slide. So like they wouldn't be too far. A mom could sit on a bench and watch both of them.
What is the purpose of it raining? Is it like you lose money?
You actually, here that's it. You're really picking up a lot from all this video game watching. I mean, you really knew nothing in the beginning.
Less than nothing.
Yeah. So the purpose, which I didn't even really think about the purpose till you brought it up. Everything does have a purpose. It's actually super good when it rains, because later in the game you can build an information kiosk, and that information kiosk lets you sell umbrellas. So when it rains, you can charge like $20 for an umbrella. You can jack up the price for umbrellas.
Everything's about money.
Well, yeah. If you want to make a profit. Now, the
Right.
objective of each scenario changes.
Mm-hmm.
And after you beat a scenario, you can continue to play. But the scenarios, at least when I was a kid, were quite difficult. They probably aren't difficult
Mm-hmm.
now, but... And I struggle with making one of the paths at one time during this game,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, it's extremely intuitive. I want you to watch this right now. Look, so do you see how the line didn't go to the road like I wanted?
Right.
Well, this game is really intuitive. Remember how in City Skylines I couldn't build a highway to save my life?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how he did it, but in this game, for the most part, except during one part, it figures it out on its own pretty well.
Well, like it does it for you?
You'll see in a second.
Oh, okay.
Just basically how it knows what I want to do. Like, watch. Hopefully I'll figure this out. No, apparently. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna eventually right-click on that path and then rebuild it, and it's gonna know to continue to the actual main road, not the exit to the other road, because all the red things right now are exits. Right now I'm just trying to build paths and stuff. But
I like your little paths with the benches and stuff.
yeah, you know, and it's really cool.
Very cute.
You can really unlock a lot, and there's. I was gonna make another episode of Roller Coaster 3, which just lets you do phenomenal stuff. And then there's this game called Planet Coaster, which again I'm playing on a laptop right now, so it probably couldn't handle it. But I really want to play Planet Coaster because it's an obscene level of customization. Like
Oh, really?
like if we had remember how we were talking about like doing like, you know, big shows if we ever got the fan base for it, or at least a modicum of that. So I would love to do an entire series just on making a cool roller coaster. Like one day, me and you just building a huge theme park.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, it really would be. You know, we can still do that if we want. And right now, I just wanted to fill in this space with something proper. Something like a little placeholder, and I thought this nice little kind of 5-die look. Like, no, like looks like a side of a dice.
Oh, you told me to look, and I'm like, where's the dice?
Oh, no, doesn't it look like a 5? I didn't mean for that. I was just trying to do some sort of... Anyway, look how intuitive this is.
Oh, it's really fun watching.
So, it just snapped to the end that I wanted it on. So,
Yeah.
Are you looking at what I...
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, sometimes you don't know up from down. So I really gotta check. You're not just pretending to know what I mean.
I do. I'm following. I didn't follow what you were saying about the dice. I was like very...
The flower bed looked like the 5-die.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. I was looking for something that looked like a dice.
Okay, alright. Well, do you have any more questions about this game? Are you good?
I think I'm pretty good for the moment. I do like the flowers, though. Like, I love when you have choices and can pick things. That's so fun.
You can make this the most beautiful thing ever, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, I can tell.
So, I did something you're probably not going to be too keen on.
Uh-oh.
I did it a few weeks ago, and I haven't gotten to talk to you since.
Come on.
I know, you're probably not going to be that happy, but I picked up a hitchhiker.
What?
When I was driving. I just wanted to see what would happen. You know?
You wanted to see what would happen?
So, you gotta understand, alright? I was driving. And there was this guy, and he looked like he was blind. Just like, it was a beautiful day, too. I'm like, why is he hitchhiking? in the middle of, there was like a bus stop
Who
close by.
hitchhikes?
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to
Well,
see
there's
it.
your first clue.
So, I was like, all right, let's see where this goes.
I don't even know what to say. I guess I'll just wait to finish this story and then I'll close my mouth. Because right now I'm like, what?
Well, it seemed like it would be interesting. Like something interesting would happen from it.
Yeah, like you could have been hurt.
Well, he was a weird guy.
Really, you think? Oh my
He
God.
was weird. So I asked him, all right, where are you going? He's like, where are you going?
Oh jeez. Oh my God.
So I was like, around.
Oh my God.
You should probably tell me where you're going, you know. and and he's like, well, and he just thinks for a second.
Okay, he's hitchhiking with no destination.
Yeah, so I was like,
You don't think
it's,
there was something involved here, perhaps, to alter his thinking?
so I was like, is there any place that you want to go, like a store, you know, like, do
Come
you
home for
need something?
dinner.
Yeah, So I was trying to figure out where I could place him, you know. And so we're driving, and he's like, "No, just keep going down this road." I'm like, "For how long?" I'm like, that sounds good, but for how long? He's like, for a while." I'm like, all right.
Oh,
He's like, "So what are you up to today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got work," you know. He's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, I just switched jobs. I do a lot." He's like, "Oh, I hear you. I don't work anymore." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's okay." Don't worry
he
about it.
was probably so shocked that someone picked him up. He probably had nowhere to go. He just said, you know what, he's probably the polar opposite, like, of you with the same thing. Like, you know what, I'm just going to stick my finger on and see what happens. I know no one's going to pick me up. And then you pick him up and he's like, wow, I didn't think this was going to happen. I have
Watch,
no
there's
idea.
probably a special on Dateline of like idiots that pick up hitchhikers, and I'm like, it's my face. Um,
Oh my God.
yeah. So you left me alone. This is on you. Okay.
How did I leave you alone?
Well, no, you weren't keeping a close eye on me,
Oh my God. Feel free to phone a friend,
All right. Well, I can now.
Oh my God.
You know. So we're just driving down, and he's like, "There's a dollar store here." I'm like, "Yeah." Does that interest you? You know, like, do you live around here? How'd you get up here in the first place? And he's like, sometimes I just walk. I'm like, yeah, I like walking too.
Oh my God.
Cause like, how do you respond to that? And yeah. So then, like, he just keeps talking about like the value that you can get at a dollar store.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a dollar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyway.
So how did you get him to a destination that he was?
Well, eventually, I just said, it was nice meeting you and all, but I gotta go to work. So, I really need to pick a destination for you. Um, and he was like, here's okay. Like, alright. So, I didn't drop him there. I dropped him at a store that was air conditioned, I was
Do you
like,
think maybe he had no home or something? Like,
nah, he smelled fine, and he was clearly dressed well.
oh, okay. Maybe
So,
he just had issues or something.
yeah, I don't know, but
But you
yeah, well, I tried to see if I could, like, I was like, do you have a phone or anything that you want? And he's like, nah, I don't need one. I'm like, all right, you know.
I still can't believe you did that. What would I do if I get a call someday? Um,
Well, I'm either in a cemetery or I'm picking up a hitchhiker.
I know.
You know,
I think you should consult with me before you do it.
I
All right, it's late at night, middle of the night. It's really dark, and I'm gonna chase a cat into a cemetery. What do you think?
not Chase, because that would have scared it off. You're being a little bit ridiculous now.
Okay, I'm driving by myself,
Yeah,
and a stranger is hitchhiking. What should I do?
yeah. Pick him up and see what happens. Obviously.
The thing is, you have such a good hat. Like you're trying to like do such nice things, but I'm
Yeah,
a little concerned for your safety.
yeah. One time, I won't tell that story.
What?
No, forget
Why?
it.
Because I don't know it.
Yeah, you don't know
I what else don't I
it.
know?
No, this happened a long while ago. That makes it good. Yeah. Oh, there one time, I'll tell you this story.
Okay.
One time I was in middle school, and I befriended this old guy, who was just like watering his plants, and I was like, you know, he just always talked to me as I walked by,
Hmm.
and like, and then eventually he'd be like, hey, you could watch my house for me. I gotta leave soon. I'm like, all right. And he's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, all right. He's just like water these plants like I do. I'm like, all right. And then and then the next week he'd tell me like about his son, that he hated and like that failed him or whatever.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, sorry to hear that. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it was weird, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really weird because I was like, I was smart enough to know like this could be dangerous, but he seemed just like such a nice guy.
Well, it's weird because, yeah, it could be dangerous, but at the same time, you seem very interested in finding out if it's dangerous.
That was kind of it. Um, I really wanted to again see where it would go, cause like, what's the deal? you know, you make my stories sound a lot weirder when you give me that face.
I just, I don't know what to say.
So anyway,
Busy day at the roller coaster here.
oh yeah, people are happy, and the little dude's mowing the lawn. Look
That
how,
poor
isn't
guy.
that, yeah,
His life is about mowing the lawn.
literally that's his only job is to mow all of the lawns that you see
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
But I'm nice. I only made him mow a quarter of all the lawns.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah, when I was young, I hired a team of them to mow everything. I mean, who's really going to click on a tutorial when they're young? That seemed boring. I was already playing practically a tutorial with this.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, it's a log flume.
Oh. And it wasn't me.
Yeah. Anyway, so, this old guy, he would, I don't know. And then I was like, should I be scared? Should I be, figuring this dude out? Or is he literally just a guy watering his plants? And we live in such a time that, like, that's dangerous. Like, because I was around in a trailer park, and there were way creepier people than this guy. This was a pretty okay area, but I knew that was like a bad sign deal. That, it's an okay area, that doesn't make it okay.
Right.
But anyway, it was weird. I never figured that story out because he said, I'm gonna be leaving soon when I go into my house, and I got a bad vibe from it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I can. Sorry.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good because generally strangers.
I know, I know,
Invite children into the house.
I know, I know.
I don't care how good, bad the world is. It's just kind of,
I know, I
yeah.
know. But,
But you at least you went along with it. You were like, no, right?
oh yeah, I didn't do it, no.
Yeah.
I feel like I did do something stupid, though. Not like really stupid. I feel like I did something.
What?
Like, I don't know, I said no. It wasn't stupid, I guess. I just said no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
No, there was, I think I'm getting something confused.
Hmm.
Happened a while ago,
You're probably dazzled by this beautiful water foam here.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
No, it looks like glitter. I love it.
Oh, isn't the log flumes are some of the best rides in this game. And you know, I grew up
This
in
is fun.
I grew up in Arizona, so
Hmm.
this was the shit.
No, I like that. That's like my favorite so
This
far.
entire queue that I'm building
Hmm.
fills up completely.
Wow.
This long queue. You think I'm going overboard?
Hmm.
No, the entire thing fills up.
And so the more you build, oh, look at all the people. Do the people just generate as you build more?
Well, the higher your park rating is, because then
Oh,
more people want to see your park.
uh-huh.
The more guests that come, the more they can talk about it, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise.
So cute, the little people.
They're adorable,
Oh
aren't
my
they?
God, this is really cute. I really like it.
See what I'm saying? This game has some sort of charm.
It does. Oh, look at all the people in
And I
line.
told you, they really fill up in those queues.
Yeah, no, it's really cute.
I was actually thinking this is a game me and you might be able to play together. Like, you could probably play this game. I mean, I think the controls, just because,
Hmm.
again, you never bothered with this stuff as a kid, so,
No,
you know, why would you know?
right.
Yeah, you thought all these games were just, you know, Fortnite and stuff.
Well, that's all I ever saw was like kind of like fighting games, sort of.
Yeah, those are called shooters.
Oh. I still have never heard the term you used.
What?
What was the term you used for guns in that?
First person shooter, FPS.
No, there was like
Third person shooter.
no, it wasn't about the people. Remember the game we played where like we were in like going
Point and
after
click
each other?
adventure. Going after each other.
Yeah, we were shooting each other. We were like going around like the West thing or
The
whatever.
West?
Yeah, I think.
Game we played on camera, or just the two of us?
Um, yeah, I think we did play it on. Remember?
The West. You mean the World War II Call of Duty game?
Oh, okay.
The West. We were in Tunisia.
I don't know what it was. What was that thing like? It was a term I had never heard before.
You're lucky I speak idiot.
Well, look at this one.
Yeah, you can build that as high as you
Oh,
want.
it's so fun.
But again, people freak out if it's too high.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also complain because what you can do is you can either charge them money at the gate or you can charge them money per ride. It's far easier to make every ride free
Mm-hmm.
and then just do this. So what I did was I did a soft transition to me building my own roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I let the game play by itself for a while. I gathered some more money. Anyway.
Oh, the little people are so cute.
Aren't they? Again, it's got that ant farm vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's so cool. And it seems like you can build fairly quickly.
You can build fairly quickly, and the options are actually pretty darn interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I'm not only building a quick roller coaster ride,
Mm-hmm.
but you know I'm trying to fill every single section in, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And you can build stuff with chains so that they can rush up. You can build stuff with brakes. You can build little photo things so that they can take a photo. Like let's say
Oh,
they're going down a roller coaster.
oh
You
my
know how you
God,
have
they do not, do they?
they have that. They have single rail roller coasters. They have uh, mouse rodent roller coasters. They have hanging roller coasters. Um, I'm telling you, this game's a treat.
Look at
It's
all the people. It's so cute. Oh, look at the carousel. That's really cool.
it's like it's like ice cream is what this game's like. You know, just a huge treat. And look, I have it coming over the footpath, so as you wait in line for stuff, you can see the other roller coaster. And it's such a calming game too.
It's so fun watching everybody. It's like a lot going on.
Look at that line; it filled up the log flume all the way. And you can also have marketing campaigns too. Like let's say you want to set the roller coaster tycoon roller coaster one that I'm building right now. Want to set it up more properly? Well, you can. Or not set it up more properly. I'm sorry. You want to you want to actually have more people go on your ride that you just built, right? Obviously. Well, you can set a marketing campaign so that they'll get half price to it, and then the line will fill up to that ride. Like yeah, exactly. Like I did half price coupons for the park. You could do free entry to the park. Yeah, it's a really, and then your park rating goes up, but your profit will go down. But you know, it'll pay off in the long run. It's a really special, and it's so simplistic, but it's so not.
Right. Oh, exactly.
There's so much customization here, and here I am testing out the roller coaster. The red means closed, the yellow means testing, and the green means good to go.
Oh, so that one with no one on it, you're testing it.
Yeah. And look, I built this roller coaster on my own, and it worked on the first try.
Well, it's really neat.
It's fairly simple, but, you know, looks like fun, right?
It does.
It's just as easy as that, too.
The people are so cute. I mean, it really is, like, no, I don't mean like realistic, but kinda, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's adorable. It's a really special game.
Stand as far as you want, or do you have like a parameter?
You have a parameter.
Oh,
You see
okay.
that white fence that's around the area? That's the parameter. Anyway, I met so many creepy people at that trailer park.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Got some stories.
Well, as long as we've determined that no more hitchhiking.
Yeah. Well.
Didn't you get that out of your system? Oh my God, you're all funny.
Oh yeah, and the
Oh,
theme
look
was
at that. I
kind
like
of
that. Oh, you
yeah.
can change the color.
The theme's kind of bubblegummy.
Yeah.
Black and
Mhm.
black and pink.
Oh,
It's a
I
really
like
good
it.
combo.
Yeah.
I love that painting that I did that was black and pink.
Which one was that?
Um, the black background, pink foreground mixed with green. It was in that show I did, like my college show.
Okay, yeah. Mhm. I was just watching some of your videos of your painting.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Well, it's really brilliant, and I love the way you start and you're so organized with all your little paints on one side, you brush, and then like the way it like starts, it looks like nothing, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, and then
Yeah.
really some nice work. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what you've done.
Well,
You're
thank you.
really very talented.
I really want to get back into that, but the thing is,
And I used to really enjoy it.
you got to make a choice. I can't. You can't be a Joe of all trades. Sadly.
Why not? Like, why can't you
Yeah, I don't
enjoy?
have time. Full-time job. I do this. This doesn't. This is just for fun, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have a ton of fun with you, and I know it's, even if it helps one person, that's really great.
Right.
Um, but the thing is, it cuts into time. I don't really have weekends, similar to you,
Right.
you know? And then, there you go. That's
True.
everything.
Oh my God, look at that.
But yeah, plus, I'm trying to write right now.
I know.
You can't write and paint.
Wow. It's just too bad you didn't just have like an ongoing project, just something fun, because you really did enjoy it.
I loved it, and I got a lot of ideas right now.
I know you
But,
did such a good job.
well, thank you.
But like watching you do it, it's really fascinating.
I'm glad you felt that way.
Yeah, I was actually looking over your.
I know I took a lot down. Which one are you referring to exactly?
So you have, you have two of your self-portraits, which I really like. You have,
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
self-portraits. I forgot all about them.
you have Harley Quinn, my favorite, with her little teacup,
Yeah.
which was more of a sort of drawing watercolor, right?
So no. That one, the one that I really loved from that was the charcoal. The
Mm-hmm.
charcoal came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't believe I did that precise work with charcoal. It's weird to think sometimes.
Yeah, no, you're super talented. Then you had Emma Stone, and yeah, you've got a bunch still on
Oh,
there.
I do.
Yeah, which I
Well,
like.
thank you.
I like that a lot. Yeah, it was just so weird. I would literally, in the past, maybe Monday or something, I was like just while you're at work, I was just like looking through them
That's so
and
sweet.
watching them.
Well, thanks for saying that.
Yeah, no, I really like them.
Yeah, remember that game Darkest Dungeon?
Hmm.
Remember that beautiful art style? People always used to think that I was making stuff up when I would say, because they were so catty
Hmm.
at my like art-ish school.
Yeah.
Like they really thought their art was the best, and it really
Hmm.
sucked. Because I really admired even when somebody did stick figure comics, because like nobody did it like them.
Right.
And it sounds like I'm BSing people, but I really wasn't. I just loved art,
Right,
and
I
I
know that.
loved seeing inside people's heads. And I really believed in the therapy aspect.
Right.
I mean, back when you used to believe in helping yourself, yeah, it was just a joke. You still do, don't worry. Um, yeah, see, it says guests are commenting that your park entrance fee is very cheap. Perhaps you could increase the entry fee to make more money. So it
Oh,
gives these cute little tips,
yeah, that is cute.
like hey, if you're interested in, oh, I don't know, profit, why don't you do this? But I just loved seeing all the art styles and stuff, and I
Hmm.
really believed in how much it helped people. And one of the things that I wanted to do um, was do a painting
Hmm.
of the Darkest Dungeon. I thought the art style was just so unique. It amazes me that after all these years we can still come up upon stuff
Right.
that's like Only Don't Starve, or Darkest Dungeon, or even, Binding of Isaac. Sure, there's stuff similar to it, but it's so identifiable.
Right.
Anyway, I'm pretty much going to wrap up this video now. we're getting to where I pretty much finished everything. That right there is called the
Oh,
shuttle
looks
loop.
good.
I went with a pink theme, as you could kind of probably tell.
Yeah, I like it.
It's kind of, preteen,
Yeah.
like the relative I did this with,
Mhm.
or I played with recently.
Mhm.
I think it looks stylish, though.
I do
And
too.
look, all those people are riding my ride.
I know.
It's pretty satisfying to build something that.
There's a lot of stuff going on at once. Like, it's a really cool game.
And look, you can see all the Roller Coaster 1 was great. Roller Coaster 1 was really good value. And you can click on any of those little people.
That
And
is
they
so
have their
cool.
own generated thoughts.
That's really
How
cool.
advanced is
I
that?
know. And considering how long ago it was made, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, we ran out of time again because we just ended up talking about other stuff, and then I didn't want to bring it up halfway through the video. But I remember that surprise that I wanted to show you in Avon Colony. I said I'll bring it up next time. We completely forgot about it because I was mesmerized by that ugly dog. And then complaining about Ocean's 8 and God knows what else. I've been meaning to mention this. I know everybody's dying to find out, but the dentist. I listened to the Crash Bandicoot episode. I sound like such a jerk, going on and on about my teeth. You know, do you remember that?
Kinda,
Yeah, I wouldn't shut up about it. And I was listening to it, and I was like, I sound like a crazy person. No, not really, but like I was hell-bent on my teeth. Anyway, I talked with her. We're completely good now. We're buddies, me and the dentist lady, just so everybody knows.
Good to know.
And I wrote her a nice review, and she's actually a genius because something was wrong with my
I
teeth.
do remember that.
And it took her being a genius to figure it out because it's not something that's common.
Right.
So I thanked her up and down because it makes sense now why she was telling me I'm lying and why I was like, I can't be lying because I had this like rare-ish thing going on with my teeth that's not supposed to happen to people my age, aka young. But anyway, you want to sign off?
Alright, well, please like and subscribe, and it would mean a lot to us. But hope you enjoyed it and hope it helps you relax like it helps us. Hope you have a good night.
Look, I'm picking up this dude that got lost. He got lost and he's all angry. Do you see his little angry face at the top left? Yeah, well, he just missed it. But anyway, it said guest 231 or whatever got lost. And I found him, and you can actually pick up any guest you want. One of my favorite things as a kid used to be to build an island, and then any guest that didn't have fun in my park, I'd put on this island so that he couldn't escape.
You better like it or else.
Yeah, or you go to my little purgatory.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, good night.
Nice. Good night.